fresh pushpin dropped onto my boot from the darkness above. Welcome to the Black Archive. Tonight, we go underground. Spring of 2023. I was 22 years old, studying environmental science at a community college near Uniontown, Pennsylvania. My geology professor needed volunteers for a mapping day at Laurel Caverns in Fayette County, updating survey data in a beginner section that took storm damage. Easy resume line. I said yes. The team finished. By early afternoon, everyone packed out except me. I had volunteered to grab the last set of flagged survey pins from a narrow side passage off the main route. The cave guide, an older local named Dale, told me over the radio it had already been cleared, but the map still showed 3 pins marked active. The passage tightened fast. Ceiling dropped to maybe 18 inches above my back. I moved on my stomach, helmet scraping limestone, cold mud soaking through my shirt. About 40 yards in, I found the first pin, orange survey tape, freshly tied, completely dry. That branch was supposed to have been closed all week. I told myself someone on the morning crew forgot to log it. Kept crawling. Then I started finding pushpins, modern ones, brass-colored, pressed into the wall at shoulder height. Each one bent slightly downward, like someone had been crawling ahead of me, pressing them in, one at a time. The rock dust around each hole was still loose. I radioed Dale. He came through once, voice tight. Don't follow any red-tagged markers. Come back, now. Then, static. The thunderstorm outside had killed comms. I couldn't turn around. Too narrow. Had to keep pushing forward until the passage widened. When I finally backed into the mapped corridor, hands shaking, I heard it. From a dead-end fissure to my left. A gap, maybe 8 inches wide, breathing, slow, steady, patient. A fresh pushpin dropped onto my boot from the dark above me. I don't remember the crawl out. I remember sunlight. The next day, my professor and I reviewed the cave map. The red pins traced a route to a sealed chamber. That doesn't appear on any public survey. No one on our team had placed them. When I got home that night, I found one last pushpin, brass, bent at the same angle, lodged in the tread of my rear tire. I dropped the geology program 2 weeks later. I still don't know who was ahead of me in that crawl. File 2 was pulled from a corrupted audio log, recorded beneath Raccoon Mountain, Tennessee, fall of 2021. I was 34, doing industrial maintenance subcontracting out of Chattanooga. The company sent me and a younger guy named Eli to inspect moisture intrusion in a service tunnel near Raccoon Mountain, a utility corridor that runs alongside the old cave systems by the pump station. Routine job, 4 hours, tops. But the local crew kept making jokes on the way in, so people hear family members calling from behind the concrete where the tunnel meets. Natural rock. I laughed along. I don't go in for that stuff. We were about 200 yards in when I heard my name. Clear, not an echo. My brother Aaron's voice. Same flat Southern Ohio tone he always had. He said, "Check the left junction first." Aaron died in 2017. I never picked up his last call. I've carried that for years. I told myself it was Eli, tunnel acoustics warping his voice. We kept working. Then the scheduled power cycle locked the tunnel doors into manual mode. A chunk of ceiling behind us let go. Seep weakened rock and blocked our quickest route back. Eli wanted to wait it out. I agreed. We sat in the pump alcove, recorder running for the incident report. That's when Eli grabbed my arm, hard. He was looking past me, down a corridor where no access point exists. A second flashlight beam moved across the far wall and disappeared. "We need to leave," he said. No joke in his voice. None. Then handprints started. On the painted steel door, beside us, the inside-facing surface, wet prints, appearing one by one, fingers spreading slowly, pressing outward, like something behind the wall was trying to push through. We forced the manual door open and ran. Months later, the cleaned audio transcription came back from the safety office. It captured 2 separate voices, answering roll call. In the pump chamber, Eli was completely silent during the second response, and at the very end of the recording, Tim stemmed after we had already left the tunnel. Aaron's voice reads out a set of GPS coordinates. Calm, clear, like he was giving me directions. Those coordinates mapped to a narrow, unmapped cavity directly beneath the pump chamber floor. No one has gone down to verify. The final file was recovered from a deleted blog post about Carter Caves, Kentucky, January of 2024. I was 28, trying to salvage a sponsored travel blog trip at Carter Caves State Resort Park near Olive Hill, Kentucky. Bad weather had wrecked my whole itinerary. The regular guided tours were cancelled, but a seasonal guide named Tom offered a small group wild cave crawl. Beginner-friendly, he said. 4 other people signed up, 5 of us total. Going in, the first hour was manageable. Tight squeezes, wet clay on everything, stale air that tasted like old pennies. Then at a rest stop, I watched Tom do a head count. He pointed at each of us, mouthing the numbers. He counted 6. I looked around. 5 helmets, 5 lights. When someone asked about it, Tom laughed. Old habit, he said, always double check. At the next stop, he counted 6 again. He didn't laugh that time. Heavy rain closed the main entrance path. Behind us, water was rising. In a lower section, Tom rerouted toward a tighter emergency exit. Single file. On our bellies, in places, no room to pass each other. Every time we stopped and killed the lamps for orientation, I heard it. 1 extra shift in the gravel after everyone else went still. A boot sole, a knee adjusting. Something settling its weight in the dark right behind me. In a chamber where Tom had each of us press a palm into the mud wall for rescue tracking, I noticed a fresh print already there, chest height, inside a side slit, far too narrow for anyone in our group to have reached. I didn't say anything. I know how that sounds. Near the final squeeze, the person directly behind me started giving me instructions. Calm, measured, angle left, keep your elbows tight. Tom's voice, his exact cadence. I twisted around, enough to see a helmet light inches behind me. Then I looked past it. Tom was 3 bodies, farther back in the crawl. His mouth was closed. I got out. We all got out. 5 of us. But my trip photos say something different. Every underground shot shows 6 helmet lights reflected in the standing water. Every single one. And in the last image, taken outside the cave mouth, after the entire group had already emerged, 1 light is still there, facing outward from the entrance. Watching, I deleted the blog, never posted the pictures, but I kept them. I count 6 every time. That closes the archive for tonight. Subscribe and submit your own files. Click the tape on your screen to keep going.